Lamplight Audiobooks presents Rivals by Sam Michaels, narrated by Deirdra Whelan. Chapter 1. Battersea, London, 1934. "Come off it, what the bleeding hell do I know about running a brothel?" Fanny Mipple said and rolled her eyes. "How difficult can it be? You see the punters in, send them to a woman and collect the money," Georgina answered abruptly. "It ain't as straightforward as that, love," Georgina's gran, Dulcie, interrupted. "What if a bloke won't cough up, or roughs up one of the women? You can't expect Fanny to deal with that sort of thing." Georgina Garrett drew in a long breath and, feeling exasperated, momentarily closed her eyes before opening them again to glance around at the four women sat in her gran's front room. These women, the maids of Battersea, were supposed to be strong warrior women. They were meant to aspire to Joan of Arc, the inspiration behind their club name. Yet all Georgina could hear from them were protests, and it seemed to her they were putting obstacles in the way of her plans. Georgina's eyes set on Fanny. She wasn't surprised by the woman's objections about running the brothels. Georgina thought Fanny had always been feeble. She'd allowed her husband to abuse her, and because of his tyrannical ways, Fanny had raised her children in dire poverty. Dulcie, her beloved gran, slowly pushed herself up from her armchair. The way she hobbled towards the fire showed how much pain her hips were causing. Georgina had noticed they seemed to be getting worse lately, though her gran tried not to show her discomfort. Bending awkwardly, Dulcie stoked the burning coals. The room felt warm and cosy, safe too. But outside a fierce February gale blew, and a thin layer of snow made the dirty, tatty street of terraced houses look fresh and white. As Dulcie settled back in her chair, she broke the tense silence and said, "I can understand where you're coming from, Georgina, but it's a big ask." "It's no more than we deserve," she replied, her violet eyes steely cold. "I'm fed up with thieving to put food in the cupboards. We should all be benefiting from the Wilcox business, but instead we're scrimping and scraping to get by." She looked at Jane Wilcox, who stared into space with a pained expression. After Jane had put a bullet in her son's head, the poor woman had become a shadow of her former self. Ridding the world of Billy Wilcox had been the most courageous thing Jane had ever done, but it had affected her badly. She functioned and...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?